Tonight, new information after an Uber driver shot his 19-year-old passenger.
The Uber driver says he pulled the trigger in self-defense after being attacked, but new evidence may reveal a very different story. Local 10 News investigator Jeff Wines here broke this story and is live with what he's learned. Jeff.
3 weeks after being shot by his Uber driver, 19-year-old Miles McGlashan remains on life support. The bullet going through his right kidney, lung, and his liver. And tonight, the family attorney says based on the entry wound and the exit wound, was the Uber driver's life really in danger?
This shooting was unjustified.
19-year-old Miles McGlashan has been unable to speak. He remains in a medically induced coma. It was November 9th around 7:30 p.m. on Park Road outside TY Park. Miles shot by his Uber driver, who claimed it was self-defense, that Miles had attacked him. The argument apparently over a drop-off location. And while Miles may be unable to speak and tell anyone his side of the story right now, his attorney says the medical evidence does.
We now know again that he was shot from the back to the front. I mean, we have an exit wound to the chest. So what kind of self-defense is he claiming? You know, it just makes absolutely no sense.
The medical report says Miles was shot in the right flank, the bullet exiting his chest. Miles' mother was told by the detective her son had exited the car. The Uber driver apparently got out and followed. That's when the argument ensued. Kabillion says the shooting happened outside the vehicle.
When Miles left the vehicle, he could have driven away, he could have called the police, and the police could have responded. Because at that point, the Uber was paid for. He knows Miles' name from the Uber account.
Should the Uber driver be arrested?
Absolutely.
Whenever I talk to the detective, it's just a big question mark.
April McGlashan has been at her son's side in the ICU since it happened. Court records show Miles has never been in trouble with the law. He graduated from Chaminade Madonna College Prep, is attending Barry University, majoring in criminology. At 19, he still abides by his mother's midnight curfew. The night he was shot, Miles was on his way to visit his grandparents and was shot right outside their complex.
It's just outside of his character. It's just unbelievable.
He's at my house every day when the kids were in high school. He does not have an aggressive bone in his body.
Suzanne Brown's sons grew up with Miles, and he's been a fixture in her house. She started a fund, has raised close to $12,000. For weeks, Local 10 News has repeatedly asked Hollywood police for the report that may indicate why the driver thought this unarmed 129-pound teen who had exited his vehicle posed a life-threatening danger to the driver. This is what we received Monday after informing the department we were doing a story on their lack of transparency.
Page after page after page of redaction. I mean, this is pathetic.
A second email to us revealed the Uber driver had a bump on the left side of his head.
I mean, there's a lot of questions that we want answered, and we're not getting those answers, and it's quite frustrating, not only for me, but for more importantly, for the family.
A spokesperson for the Hollywood Police Department says they certainly understand the family's concerns, but they must interview Miles to get his side of the story about what happened. There are no witnesses. Obviously, right now, that cannot happen. The investigators cannot complete their investigation at this point. Uber has suspended the driver's privileges. They have a very, very strict no-gun policy. Miles is expected to survive. The road to recovery is going to be long. If you would like to donate to that fund, we have a link on our website, local10.com. We're live in Hollywood. Jeff Wines here, Local 10 News.
Good investigative work there, Jeff. Thanks a lot, Matt.